Alright, YouTube. So I'm going to make a comparison video with a few of my knives that haven't been shown on YouTube yet. Here I have 3 Emerson designed autos. I want to briefly talk about all 3, but I'm going to really compare 2 in particular. So the Emerson, the ProTech Emerson CQC7, it's coming in right at 8 inches with about a 3.3 inch blade, right about 3 inch cutting length. This is in, also it's aluminum scales, 154 cm steel, chisel ground. Love this knife. Also the Gerber Emerson Alliance. So this one's coming in at 9 inches with about a 3.5 inch blade and about a 3.5 inch cutting length. Put these away as I go. This is, man, I want to say it's G10, but I think it's FRN. FRN scales, 154 cm steel with a manual safety or an external safety. And this is my Kershaw Launch 5 Emerson design. Also CPM 154. These are, I believe, aluminum scales. No external safety. The ProTech is about a $180 knife. The Gerber Emerson Alliance was about, I forget, but I want to say it would cost about $160. And then the Launch 5 was $110. Maybe right at 100, depending on where you get it. Oh, sorry. This one, the Launch 5, is coming in about 8.5 inches with 3.5 inch blade length and 3.5 inch cutting length. At the end of the day, this knife is unquestionably better than the other 2. It is the closest to the actual Emerson. I mean, they're all Emerson designs, but this is the most true to what Emerson is kind of famous for with that CQC7. And it's just a really nice ergonomic knife. What I did do with this, though, ProTech put some kind of coating on this that I could not stand the feel of. So I took some 2000 grit sandpaper and just brushed it off. So it's nice and smooth. You can probably tell where it's been worn down in the corners. Just a really nice auto. It hits pretty hard. That ProTech action is just really nice. This is unquestionably a better knife. But that's not the knife that I'm going to talk about for comparison's sake. You can probably tell the similarities right off the bat. I mean, just general scale shape, the lines and markings on the scales. I'm just guessing that this was probably, with Emerson approval, designed to be very similar to the Gerber Emerson Alliance. But at the end of the day, they're very similar. So let's take a quick look at these compared to the normal comparisons. Kershaw leak, particularly this one, much bigger than the leak. Benchmade bug out. Again, substantially bigger. And then the Spyderco Tenacious. Oop, failed. And then, because I have it in my pocket, paramilitary tube, excuse me. So what we'll see here, just kind of, let me take a look at this next to this one. Just kind of in terms of carryability, if that's such a thing, if that's a word. We find that both of these knives, I mean, given that this is very similar in length, it's maybe just a little bit bigger. Oh, it's fairly substantially bigger. Scratch that. Can't even see what I'm doing. So the Gerber Emerson Alliance is bigger than the paramilitary tube, whereas the Launch 5 is fairly similar in size to the paramilitary tube. This is fast becoming one of my favorite everyday carry pieces. It's hot in my garage, had to wipe sweat, sorry. Let's get a couple of quick weights on them. The Launch 5 is 3.965 ounces. The Gerber Emerson Alliance is 5.1 ounces. Okay. So, to be honest, I already had my mind made up on which of these knives I preferred. So, as far as amenities go, they're very similar knives, similar blade shapes, similar look, similar ergonomic lines. But that's not really true. I'm just talking right now. But similar just kind of look and shape, similar materials. But for basically every reason I can think of, the Launch 5 is just the better knife. In terms of, action-wise, they're about the same. They both hit about the same hardness. But with respect to being an everyday carry piece, and I don't really carry a lot of autos, so it's not really that big a deal. With respect to being an EDC piece, if you're into EDC and autos, I will tell you, because to me, the Launch 5 has a slimmer profile. It feels better in the hand. Like, I feel the pocket clip on this one. And that could also be a design of the pocket clip, by the way. I don't feel it at all in this one. I just feel the knife in hand. In terms of overall length, it's easier to carry. In terms of close length, it's easier to carry. Just about every way. This is, and in weight, as we saw, this one's 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces lighter. So, anyway, but if for no other reason than this is $50 cheaper than this is better. It's cheaper, it's easier to find. But the one thing that really drives me crazy about this knife is this ridiculous safety. I can't figure out if the safety is on or off at any given point in time, because I don't handle this knife a lot. So I forget, if it's down, the safety's off. If it's up, the safety's on. It makes sense to me, like if it's down, like you've pressed it, then the safety should be on. But there it goes, firing right out, right? Whereas if it's up, well, no deploy knife until I press the safety button. There it goes. The button is, the action button is proud of the scale, whereas on the Launch 5, it is recessed into the scale. Just the fit and finish, and I'll be honest, this is a problem that I have come across with Gerbers, basically of all price points, is Gerber knives generally just have a poor fit and finish. Now I'll say this much, this one does have this satisfying ting, like an M1 Garand going empty when you close it. I don't know if you probably can't hear that, but it just goes ting. It's kind of something about it. I like it. The action's better. This is, action's better. It's lighter. It's easier to carry. It's given for the same materials, and it has better ergonomics. Give me the Launch 5 all day. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Just a quick rundown of my you know what, while we're here, let's go ahead and get this back out. This video's gone a lot quicker than I expected it would, because I don't really have a lot to say. We will compare those knives to some actual Emersons. Not that those aren't Emersons, I mean they are Emerson designed. That's not the one I want. That's it. That's it. This is not it. We'll move that one up. So, if you're in the market looking for an Emerson designed auto, I'm basically always going to say this is as good as it's going to get. If you don't want to spend that kind of money though, Launch 5 is a good a good knife at a good price. Take a quick look though, compared to the ProTech CQC7 versus the standard CQC7. Chisel grind, same shape. And then I'll get into this knife later, but I love it. The Emerson Sheepdog. All right. Any of you guys out there or ladies out there have any comments or questions? Leave them down in the comments below. Have a great night.